It seems it would have taken a forklift to move this 3,000-pound copper bell that was stolen from a Vietnamese Buddhist temple in Tacoma, Washington. But somehow, the bell and its hand-carved wooden frame, which together made it 12 feet tall, disappeared from its setting in the temple overnight in 2005. Amazingly, as the bell was taken, no one heard a ring. The bell was only recovered when someone was arrested for attempting to sell the bell as scrap metal. Even prehistoric dinosaur remains aren't safe from the clutches of thieves. An impressively complete T-Rex skeleton was once found in the Gobi Desert, only to then be stolen and shipped about the world with false labels. It eventually resurfaced for sales and auctions in the US. In fact, film star Nicolas Cage, perhaps inspired by his treasure hunter character in National Treasure, bought the head of the dinosaur at an auction in Beverly Hills. But after it had been discovered that it was part of the stolen skeleton, he gave it back, and the US worked to get the entire collection of dinosaur bones returned to Mongolia. In 1990, two men disguised as police officers pulled off the still unsolved and unparalleled art heist at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. The priceless artwork was taken right out of their frames and then snuck out of the museum. The loot of the paintings stolen during this heist included several Rembrandts, a Vermeer, a Govard Flinck, a Monet, 5 Degas, as well as a Chinese vase. In 2005, the largest diamond heist in history occurred in Antwerp, when two men entered the airport wearing the uniform for the Royal Dutch Airline. With no one else noticing, they safely entered the terminal using the company's cars. They then stopped the truck that was transporting $118 million in uncut diamonds. The two men took out their guns, threatening the drivers to pass their keys over. They then left the drivers behind and took the diamonds in what was named, quote, the heist of the century. The men were never found, and it is suspected that this wildly successful diamond heist was an inside job. In 2012, one British woman decided to steal an entire ship, specifically a Devon River ferry boat. She took off, stealing the 45-foot ferry for a 2-hour joyride, during which the police chased her as she bashed recklessly into the other boats on the river, shouting, "I'm Jack Sparrow." With airport security being so intense, a Boeing 727 seems an impossible thing to steal. But in 2003, one took off from Quatro de Fevereiro International Airport in Luanda, Angola, without clearance or a flight plan. The plane, which wasn't painted with an airline logo, though it was once part of the fleet of a major airline, hasn't been seen since. Officials said that they believed an aviation engineer and pilot may have been the person in the cockpit on the plane when it disappeared. But other than those faint details, many were left puzzled as to how someone managed to steal an entire passenger jet and get away with it. In 1941, the Nazis stole an entire room, the exquisite Amber Room, from a Tsarist palace during the invasion of the Soviet Union. Crafted entirely out of numerous panels of amber, gold, and precious stones, the room was a masterpiece of Baroque art and widely regarded as one of the world's most important art treasures. It was originally presented to Peter the Great in 1716 by the King of Prussia. When the 565 candles were lit, the Amber Room was said to glow a fiery gold. Since its disappearance, a fake has been reconstructed for tourists, but there have been many quests to find the original. There is even an Amber Room Club, which has worked to recover it, but so far, it looks like the Amber Room will never be recovered. Not to be outdone by the thieves who stole a room, an entire cabin in the woods north of Spokane, Washington, was stolen in 2015. Imagine arriving to your vacation house only to find it gone. Well, one thief managed to pry the 10 by 20 foot structure from its foundation, leaving behind only the cement blocks. The home was later found less than 10 miles from its original property, and apparently the thief stole the cabin so he could live in it. A 38-foot-long steel bridge was stolen in Khabarovsk, Russia once overnight, without anyone else noticing it until the morning when local workers discovered their only route to work was missing. The bridge was dismantled and sold for scrap metal, and it was not the only one. Police linked this crime to a few other bridge disappearances in the area around the same time. But as Russia's economy worsens, it's likely the entrepreneurial bridge thieves will become even more common. And finally, one of the biggest things ever stolen was an entire beach in Jamaica where in 2008, 400 meters of white sand disappeared overnight. It was estimated it would have taken over 500 truckloads of sand to complete this heist. A 3-month police investigation was carried out, including forensic tests on the beach along the coast to see if any of it matched the stolen sand, but no one was ever charged. For more top lists like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out our other videos. And we'll see you all next time.